Bills Mafia. What if I told you that with just 7 minutes left, our Buffalo Bills had only a 1.1% chance of winning? And yet, when the final whistle blew, the score was 41-40. Against Lamar Jackson. Against Derrick Henry. Against all odds. It wasn't just football. It was pure heart. But before I reveal every incredible twist and turn of this comeback, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to tell you will make you believe that 2025 will be our year. The year of the Buffalo Bills. Highmark Stadium was tense. The crowd was restless, the energy heavy. A 15-point deficit hung over us like a storm cloud. Broadcasters were calling it improbable. The Ravens looked in control, and it seemed like the Bills were finished. But Josh Allen? He wasn't done. Not tonight. With a fake handoff, a roll to his right, and a sprint into the end zone, Allen lit the fire. Touchdown, Bills. The comeback began. The crowd erupted, hope returned, and McDermott's eyes said all. We're not done. Sunday night football. Bright lights. The season opener at Highmark. It felt like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry had written the script early, dominating at will. Henry was slicing through gaps, busting runs of 30 and 40 yards, while Jackson orchestrated drive after drive, touchdowns piling up like clockwork. The Bills' defense bent, broke, missed tackles, and frustration poured out from the stands. By the time the fourth quarter arrived, it looked over. But on the sideline, Josh Allen grabbed his helmet, gathered his teammates, and refused to bow out. The MVP wasn't about to let Buffalo die quietly. The offense stepped back onto the field with a new fire, and in that moment, the impossible suddenly felt possible. Allen led the second comeback drive with surgical precision. 80 yards down the field, capped by a strike that just slipped past Dawson Knox, past Khalil Shakir, and landed perfectly into the arms of rookie Keon Coleman. Touchdown. The rookie delivered. The Mafia roared, the stadium shook, and belief surged back into the air. But there was still frustration. The Bills failed all 3 two-point conversions, unable to completely close the gap. Every miss left the Ravens with breathing room. Every miss added more pressure on the defense. Could they finally get a stop on Lamar and Henry? The answer would soon define the night. Then came Derrick Henry's dagger, a 46-yard touchdown run. The Ravens pushed the lead, and the comeback felt crushed. But Ed Oliver had other plans. He shot the gap, met Henry in the backfield, punched the ball loose. Fumble. Terrell Bernard pounced on it. Bills football. Highmark shook like an earthquake. Allen returned to the field, calm and collected, as if he knew this exact moment was written for him. He finished the drive himself, leaping over a pile of linemen for a 1-yard touchdown. The Bills were back within 2. The comeback was alive. The NFL had to pay attention. Then came the final drive. Starting at their own 20, the Bills had no room for error, no timeouts, and no hesitation. Allen turned into the heartbeat of Buffalo, completing 5 straight passes like a man possessed. Laser after laser. A 32-yard bomb to Joshua Palmer sent the crowd into chaos. The Bills were in field goal range. The comeback was right there. And then the stage belonged to Matt Prater, 41 years old, signed just 2 days ago. He lined up for the 32-yard kick as Highmark held its breath. The snap, the hold, the kick, it soared just over Kyle Hamilton's arms. It was good. Bills lead 41-40. The stadium erupted in chaos and joy. Josh Allen sprinted to Prater, wrapping him in celebration, the newest hero of Buffalo. The Ravens had one last chance, but the Bills' defense slammed the door shut. On 3rd and long, Lamar hit DeAndre Hopkins across the middle, but Christian Benford delivered a crushing tackle to force a punt. Ball game. The Mafia screamed, cried, hugged strangers in the stands. McDermott smiled, proud but not surprised. His team had just made history. From 1.1% chance to victory. From despair to triumph. This was Buffalo football at its finest. This wasn't just a win. This was a statement. Josh Allen threw for 394 yards and 4 total touchdowns, surpassing Thurman Thomas for the most rushing TDs in franchise history. James Cook marked his 50th career game with 102 total yards and a touchdown. Ed Oliver delivered a career night, complete with tackles, sacks, and the forced fumble that saved the game. And Matt Prater, a flawless debut, etching his name into Bills lore forever. The Mafia left Highmark chanting deep into the night. The Ravens walked off stunned. The NFL world watched in disbelief. But Buffalo knew better, because this is who we are. A comeback that will live forever. A season opener that began with fire. And a message to the league: the Bills are never dead. Never. Don't think we're done here. Now, let's dive into more breaking news that's shaking up our backstage and could boost our performance for the rest of the season. Bills Mafia, hold on tight. The Bills just made a move that could change the way we finish close games this season. 2 special teams players are officially joining the roster, and 1 familiar face is leaving. Imagine this: clutch kicks, massive punts, and game-deciding plays in critical moments. The Bills are already thinking ahead, and the strategy is clear: domination on every phase of the field. This isn't just a small roster shuffle. This is a statement. Buffalo is not leaving anything to chance. Every point matters, every yard counts, and the Bills know it. One name is already legendary in the league: a kicker who has made history with 50-yard field goals and last-second victories. The other, a punter who can flip the field with a single boot and keeps opponents pinned deep. The energy is real. The stakes are high. And for Bills Mafia, this news is exactly the kind of thing that gets us out of our seats. Every time the Bills add a player like this, it's more than numbers. It's strategy, precision, and playoff mentality. And if you think the story ends there, buckle up, because there's a twist with the punter position that no one saw coming. Hey Bills Mafia. Today, we got some roster news that's going to excite anyone who's serious about special teams. Matt Prater and Cameron Johnston are officially part of the 53-man roster, while Brad Robbins has been released. Bills Mafia, hold on tight. The Bills just made a move that could change how they finish close games this season. 2 special teams veterans are in, and 1 familiar face is out. Clutch kicks, massive punts, and game-deciding plays are coming. Every point matters, every yard counts, and Buffalo is making sure nothing is left to chance. Matt Prater and Cameron Johnston officially joined the 53-man roster, while Brad Robbins has been released. Before we dive in, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment below. Which move do you think will make the biggest impact this season? Special teams often get overlooked, but Bills Mafia knows a single kick can win or lose a game. Prater is no stranger to Bills fans. Remember that last-second field goal that gave Buffalo a dramatic win? That was him. With 81 career field goals over 50 yards and an 83.7% success rate in 19 NFL seasons, he's a proven performer in clutch moments. Buffalo now gets that reliability when it matters most. Cameron Johnston adds a punting weapon to the team. With 8 NFL seasons across Pittsburgh, Houston, and Philadelphia, he averages 42.2 net yards per punt and has a career long of 74 yards. He can consistently flip field position, pin opponents deep, and create pressure that few notice, but everyone feels. The release of Brad Robbins signals a shift in strategy. Buffalo is looking for precision and explosiveness on every snap. Prater and Johnston aren't just numbers, they're leadership, trust, and playoff-level composure. Every phase of the game is under control, and Bills Mafia should feel the excitement. Special teams may not make the highlights, but they can swing games. Prater's accuracy and Johnston's range give Buffalo a psychological and strategic edge. Opponents start calculating every yard, every kick, every punt before the snap. This isn't just a signing, it's a statement. The Bills are ready for every scenario. So Bills Mafia, we think, will Prater and Johnston be the difference makers in tight games? Comment below, hit that like button, and share this video with every Bills fan you know. And speaking of moves, stay tuned, because the next roster update could be a game-changing signing that shakes the AFC.